Hey, what up, guys? This is Jay Torres, Tainted One Productions here, and this is I think part 5 on this new train layout, but you get the picture. But this is the work of the first floor layout since the second floor is done, and I added some little plates, which I got that wooden plate from North Carolina Transportation Museum, and these two from recent from train stores I've been going. Of course, even that one I got from Roundhouse South in Port Orange. And this fabulous sign from Train World, which I can still remember the time I met Mr. and Junior Bianco. Well, Ken Bianco. Well, y'all get the picture. But anywho's, this is what so far I've done. Since I got this pink foam from Home Depot, since I knew you need to get some pink foam, which I had originally pink foam at my aunt's, which I didn't bring back, which I had to use them for this part, which eventually I traced some lines. I'm going to have to do some line increasing to get to this, which I know it would be a little bit up a bit, but I know I could be able to nail it down. Which I got this cork and this Code 83 Flex Track of Atlas from Colonial Photo and Hobby. And from that way I could do spare curving, because I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to do my curves from this in the shop area, and kind of took a tricky time though. But of course, like you see, the steam locomotives are here, which I was doing some cleaning wheels a few days ago, which they're all good though, but I'm still trying to figure out why the Cat 4 isn't doing this chuff still, but it's gotta be hard to figure out though. And I've already got my little bit of buildings up, which I got the small depot station, the signal box, the power station, which has the lights, which I'm going to be using these still for the buildings that don't have the light, which I'm going to put with the signal tower and this small depot station. And then I have to figure out what other buildings I'm going to do, which I got my plan for the N-scale plan, which it's right here. Which this is done by SCARM. If you ever heard of it, you could look it up, you can download it for free, but there's a minimum trackways that you have to, well, you get the idea, since sometimes these will be free, but there's a minimum wage of things that you have to buy in order to do more on it or whatever. But this is gonna be the plan, for the N scale though, which I made a line, which I don't know if I had the right mark for how it's gonna start at to cover here, and then the rest here will be wherever I can on it, since I have to figure out where my roads are gonna be and how much more buildings I'm gonna do though. We're speaking of buildings, I went to my Colonial Photo Hobby today that I got this modern yard office kit, which I'm gonna build eventually, or maybe soon, I don't know. And then I'm gonna use this for that, because that should be my one ticket way out, which I'm probably have to do some cutting right here to have the exact clearance in order for this to do its thing though. But other than that, I got a little hammer and the nails for nailing down the flex track, which I know I have to make some little bit of holes, which I may be using this little screwy thing. And of course, after that, I managed to buy some sandpaper, or I got this just in case if this sandpaper doesn't work out, for edging out the roadbed, for making it look smoother, which a club member told me about that. But anyway, stay tuned for the opening boxes for the hot wire foam cutter, and then later on maybe I may get started up doing this. I don't know, either during this time or maybe a different day, but I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Alright, so I managed to put this thing together, and this is just what I have to use in the meantime, so I can use to cut down this thing, which I may probably might as well just cut the one side each side of the track, but I'm gonna have enough room space in case if I screwed up on using this. So if you might notice, I had to do, I don't know if I did the knots right, if you'd be able to see it, but if you don't, then let me get a flashlight on it. Oh wait, oh, wrong way. But here's how I done it. Hopefully I did it right. Hopefully it'll work out once I did the work on it, once I do the cutting while I make the video of it or something. But anywho, just be on standby for the next continuing of cutting this sucker down. Alright, so I didn't do the video when I was doing it, but here's what it looks, if you see it by the looks of these though. might as well have to get used to it because it took a tricky time to get a good straight line, but I guess I got a little bit curvy. But it kind of worked a little bit of getting it reaching down from the grave a little bit. I'm gonna zoom it down so I can show you how it looks. It may be able to touch the other one, which I know this will lift up a bit once it gets to this, but you get it though. But even for that may be taken care of. Probably next is just gluing down the road beds and then getting this track down to see how it looks from there and see how I can manage to get more screwing holes to get the nails to fit in. So stand by for that one. Alright, so I managed to get these glued down. Hopefully it worked. I haven't done that end yet, but I will eventually. So right now, I'm probably going to be opening this up. I don't want to take a long time to do a building for it, since I'm going to see how I can start with it. But for right now, even after the building, I wasn't ready for this, but instead of just beside the building, I went to my hobby shop Colonial again and got these figures. Either they're gonna be, one of them's gonna be for the tower or for that modern yard office. But eventually it will be up and about. And of course, even also eventually, I'm gonna do some paintwork on here and do some line sketching right after I get this building up, or I have to just get more buildings and see what it looks, or just figure out what I need to add on though. But stay tuned for the next part. Alright, so I managed to get the tracks laid down in the position, nailed down. It took a tricky time to deal with that part since it looks a little crunchy or something, but from the camera view it looks alright though. Versus this part, it looks a little bit crunchy because it's, well, you get the picture. But at least it works, as I tested this old girl, since she can manage to get through kind of a little limp there, a little down the slope through the end of the track line to how any car or engine is gonna be parked there for getting checked up or something. But eventually, right now, I'm probably still gonna be doing the little building, and I did a little hole right there for the light for one of those lights. Hopefully, I could be able to get through it. Hopefully, it'll be able to be fitted, and hopefully, I have to figure out which spot's gotta go out once I get it all through, though. But probably stay tuned for the complete building set. Alright, so the modern yard office building is done. Quite almost exactly like from the box, but a little differently. But eventually it may be getting a little bit dressing. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to have to weather it to make it realistic or something, or a little bit different. And I've already got a little bit of stuff that comes along with it. But even for after I done it, I had to get a little stuff moved over here to get a little space over here, because eventually I'm gonna do for the next part 6. I'm gonna do the road work, and probably later on get a little bit of tunnel portals or something for getting one of these areas started. But I don't know if I'm gonna need a tunnel portal for there, or I might actually forget what I said. I might need to get a tunnel portal there, and then maybe I don't know if I'm gonna need one over here, because it's gonna be hard to trick it, because it will have to be around this area part before near the power station. And in fact, it's depending what size, because I got this problem right here. So that will be figured out once I figure out which tunnel portal I'm gonna use before doing the second floor. I believe also before that, after I get the road work done, I'll probably have to do the road area. But I'll probably also have to get some cork. One of my Train Club members told me to get some cork to rise up the buildings for a bit, to match up the height of the, well, I don't know, so I just got told to get cork and probably match up the height of the house, gotta be by realistic or something. So I'm probably gonna do that, and then of course, even if I may get another building eventually, if there's enough room for over here for the little outer loop or something, I'm probably gonna be getting a little by a building or something, because I still got the ones that are in here, since I have to figure out how that's gonna be working out. But you may see eventually for part 6 or 7, I don't know. Anyway, this is New Train part 5, and stay tuned for part 6.